Sup, y'all? Welcome back to Baz Reviews Bazcast. I'm your host. Fuck my leg. Welcome back to the podcast. How y'all doing? This episode has been. We got some interesting fidgets on screen right now. You know, second 12. This is 12, second of the new era. I don't know, man. I don't understand what's going on. This is my podcast, but very loose podcast. If you can't understand, but I got something interesting today. We have a sponsor. Holy shit! But don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. I'm my own sponsor, but I'll explain. If H3H3 can do it, I can do it too. This episode is sponsored by Super Gel, my new album available everywhere March 6th. Stick around later in the podcast for some more information. And stick around even later in the podcast because I have something I've never done before on this channel or in this podcast, but we'll get to that. Don't you worry. But speaking of music, I have the first musical guest of version 2 showing up to the podcast. A lovely gentleman. Me and him go way back to the days of Reddit forums and online creative Instagram group chats. Ladies and germs, welcome to the stage, the Christina Aguilera of calm art, Earl Elliot. What's up, boss man? How you doing?
Great introduction. I'm good. Thank you for having me. This is the first time dude. I've done something like this. It feels like I'm a real artist now.
Oh, an interview?
Yeah, I mean like a podcast interview.
Podcast interviews are fun, man, just because you could speak and stuff. Have you done like those email back and forth interviews?
Oh no, I did like a small interview in a local paper when I was like 15.
Ooh, really? Well, what was it for, the music, or what was it for?
Yeah, I had a small band when I was 16 with a few friends, and then we had a show at some other local thing. And so the local paper interviewed us about our music. That was pretty cool.
But it was dope, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it was all very local.
Yeah, it's still something, you know. Fairly local. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it was. I mean, we thought it would be a great start, but the band ended up just watering down and splitting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the band now? Where's everyone? Where are all the bandmates now?
All living different lives. No, okay. I'm still friends with a bunch of them.
Okay, but, that's sweet.
Yeah, we all went to college and then we stopped making music together.
And sometimes that happens, you know, man. Sometimes you just gotta go to college.
Yeah.
So, Earl Elliot, I never really gave you a formal introduction of what you do, so I'm just gonna default to Nardwar. So, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I go by Earl Elliot, and I make music. I write songs. I make them on my computer, try to finish them, and then I put those songs out. And I spend a long time just putting out demos every once in a while. But this summer, I put out my first real singles, as you will. And yeah, so I do music.
Chroma and Staffato. Did I pronounce the second one correctly?
Stufato, yeah, it's an Italian word, but yeah.
What does it mean?
It means stew, like a stew you eat. But the word stew sounded very wintry to me, and I wanted it to sound summery, so I translated it to Italian. That's the only reason it's called that.
That's kind of sick, actually. I like that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
The album covers for them are fantastic.
Yeah, I met the dude who did them on Reddit as well. He's Australian dude.
Dude, Reddit's fucking crazy. There's so much shit from us just like circles back to fucking Reddit.
Yeah, it is. It's great. So yeah, it was a guy that I don't know. I don't remember what subreddit it was on, but he posted like saying he was a graphic designer and he wanted to do more stuff for like independent artists, and he put some of his own work as like a reference. And I thought it was really cool, so I like DM'd him on Instagram the same day, and like pretty quickly we figured out what it was gonna be and finished it.
That's really fucking sick, actually.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was fun working with him, and I mean the time zone was weird because like when I woke up, it's like evening in Australia, so it was like sometimes like I wake up and he send me some edits and I'd email him back with like my comments, and then a whole day goes by because he's like already finishing up for the day. So But it was cool. I'm really happy with how those works turned out. So
No, yeah, it looks fantastic, but not only does it look fantastic, it sounds fantastic too. These are two really good tracks, my man.
yeah, thanks. I've had those. I've been working on those songs for a while. Like Stufado is one of the first new tracks that I was, because I used to write like guitar songs, like indie poppy
Mm-hmm.
rocky kind of songs, and then when I went to college, I like made a whole 180, discovering like new music and kind of abandoning the music I used to make and listen to a lot. And Stufado, I was like figuring out what I wanted to make myself for a long time. And Stufado was like the first song that was like, all right, this is something. This is I think I want to go in this direction more.
Oh shit. So what's so Stefano was made earlier and Chroma was made later. What are the stories behind those two songs and the creation process behind them, I guess?
Yes. So I'm from Belgium originally, but I went to college in Amsterdam. So I moved when I was 17. I moved to the Netherlands.
Shit.
Yeah, which isn't that far. I mean, like, it's like a 2-hour drive. It's not that far, but it's like a whole different like different people and they speak the same language here, but it's like a different accent and it's like a big change. And I had like a few years that like quite difficult years just adapting to like a new setting and like going to college and like I studied music, so like studying music and figuring out how much I don't know yet and how much I want to do, and I can't really figure out how I want to do it. But so Stufado is really about like a period in my life that was like really figuring out, just figuring out stuff, and it's like yeah, like a train of thought. It's a lot of different fragments of my mind like fit together. A lot of fears and anxiety. Um, yeah, and just a lot of random stuff as well that just made sense in like the time period, and also like the title Stufado, like the word stew. I chose that one because it felt like a lot of my days really the same or like really similar, and I didn't do anything. I felt like I wasn't making any progress. Like in the same way that a stew, like you put it on the stove, but it's so low that you don't notice it's cooking.
A watch pot
So,
never boils.
yeah, but but then when you look back, like a few, I mean, with food, it's like when a few hours, but that period in my life, when I look back, like 3-4 months later, I noticed how much I've changed, how much new shit I discovered, how much everything just changed. While I didn't feel that anything was changing day by day.
Very
So that's-
insightful answers.
Yeah. So that was basically that song is just me. I wrote it looking back on like the first year and a half of my time in Amsterdam.
Oh shit. Wow. Damn, that's a way too insightful answer for this podcast. I thought way too deeply about that. What about Chroma?
Chroma is more like a typical love. I mean, it's like the first girl that I was like really in love with.
Ooh,
Like,
love song.
yeah. Because I mean, I used to, when I was 16, I used to write a bunch of love songs, but it's all like really kind of vague and I mean, when I was 16, like you have flings and you have like girls you're interested in and like little small love affairs, but they're
Yeah,
like,
little crushes.
yeah, little crushes and stuff that doesn't necessarily mean that much. And Chroma is based on like the first time that I was like, whoa, this is I'm discovering all these new feelings and like all these new things, and it's like a mix of like anxiety and excitement going in all of that and like discovering those new emotions and stuff.
Oh shit. Your music has like very deep, intense personal meaning. I love it.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to like write about stuff that feels true to myself and feels like I'm saying something that makes sense to me at least.
Okay. I think that being that transparent with people also gives people more of a reason to interact with you and support you, because you do wear your heart on your sleeve very prominently throughout your discography, the minimal discography that you have, the 2 songs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I try to. I mean, like, even with like the demos that I posted on SoundCloud, which had like not a lot of streams like at all, but like I try, like the songs I released are like all songs that like doesn't have to be deep, but like they made sense on, like, even if it was something that's not that deep that I still wanted to say, it made sense in what it is that I wanted to say with that song or that demo.
Very interesting, Mr. Earl Elliot. I like your songwriting prowess, because you do tout yourself as a songwriter. How did you start? I don't want to make this like too much of a broad question, but how did you get into music and like the production, vocal, lyrical, all that stuff? Like, what got you into music?
I like my dad used to play like a lot of music, so I was from a pretty young age like exposed to like a lot of music, and had like an iPod from I got my like one of the first old iPods. My mom had one, and then when she got a newer one, I got her old one. So I was like listening to a lot of music, and then I think I was like 8 when I got like a guitar, and so I started to like take guitar lessons, and like I wanted to play, like learn chords, and then really, like when I started playing guitar, I immediately wanted to write songs. And like I didn't know how to speak English yet, but I wanted to. I made songs that sounded English-ish in a way.
It was close enough. You made mumble
Yeah.
rap. Holy shit.
Yeah, I did. So yeah, then and like I learned to play guitar better, and I learned English, and I just started like just started singing over chords, and that became like, those became little songs. And then I had like a band when I was 14, I think the band started, and like it was just like I had a bunch of songs written, and then me and my friends would like figure out like extra guitar riffs, and like how to do drums, but we didn't record like anything, because I just I learned how to record and produce music just when I was in college, because I started college with just like a bunch of demos on my iPhone of like me playing guitar and then singing songs over them. But then in college I got a lot of music production classes, and started figuring out how many options I had, if I could program my own beats, and if I could like use different instruments and synthesizers, and all of that crazy stuff.
The way you speak English is very well. How did you learn English so well?
I watched a ton of TV growing up.
Nice.
Like, yeah, but that's one of the things that about me making music. Like, it's the background that I have. It's like I grew up in Europe, in Belgium, which is like one of the more boring parts of Europe. But like I grew up like with American pop culture, American music, American TV and film, and like all that stuff. And like even the sound I have today is like it's inspired by hip hop, it's inspired by R&B, it's like inspired by a bunch of American elements.
Yeah.
And like it's been a real like challenge to craft music that's like has all those elements, and has this side of me that grew up with all this American influence, but still like feels true to where I'm from, and because even when I got older, I started like appreciating where I come from more, and started appreciating like European culture more, and European fashion and food and music, and so I try to like really make something that incorporates like all this stuff, and make something new that makes sense for a guy that grew up in Belgium but grew up with a lot of American influence.
It's a really interesting mix of contemporary influences. I think that, honestly, now that you say that, I really think that shows in your music. What kind of music and stuff did you grow up with?
Like a lot of, I mean, mainly American and English rock and pop music. So yeah, a lot of indie music, and guitar band music basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started this like when I was like old enough like to get it on the computer, like 9 or 10. I started like going on the internet and discovering music on YouTube and getting more into like older music and like more soul or hip hop or R&B, like all that stuff.
Very wholesome come up. I really like this story. The backstory just sounds so like nice and sweet. Like you just have such a really good story.
Yeah, it's still because I know I know all the English words that I need to use, and I know how sentences are formed, but it's still like quite hard to articulate sometimes in a way that makes sense.
I get that, but the way that you present it, I could not even tell. Like you sound great when you speak English.
Oh, thanks. But I'm like 100% sure that like people from Belgium will recognize my accent in like a heartbeat.
You do have a bit of an accent to it, but it's intelligible. Like I can understand what you're saying, and this is coming from someone who can barely speak English well. So take it what you will, but I think it's quite impressive.
Well, I noticed that Dutch speaking people like they can't pronounce the English R. A lot of like when I hear Dutch artists speak English, they can't pronounce the R, and I can't do it either. And like a lot of Belgian people who speak English can't pronounce the R like correctly.
It's different strokes, different folks, you know. As long as I can understand what you're getting at, then it's whatever.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort though for people that try to speak. I got to learn how to speak a different language. When did you learn how to speak English? Was that at like a young age, or was that like more recently?
No, like I watched a ton of like Nickelodeon, and they have like and we have subtitles. So I used to watch like all these like iCarly, Drake and Josh, all those shows. I watched them in English with Dutch subtitles, so I could and from like when I was like 8 years old.
Shit.
So like I spoke a little English when I was like 12 because I watched so much TV, and then I got English in school, and then when you go on the internet, it's all in English. So you just it just comes. You just get like bombarded with English everywhere.
Holy shit! Cartoons taught you how to speak English.
They did, yeah.
That's kind of crazy, actually. That's really fucking crazy. See, and that's for every parent that said TV doesn't teach you shit. It's kind of sick, though.
Yeah, but it's cool because I've noticed like I put on like Disney Channel a while back. Like it was on, and I walked by it, and like the shows that I used to watch in English, they translated them to Dutch.
Really?
Yeah, they dubbed it over.
So it kind of defeats the purpose of learning English from it.
Yeah, I think the kids they're watching it right now. They don't get as much English from that, but I mean, the kids are on TikTok, the kids are on the internet. They'll be fine.
Yeah. You think if you think you grew up like if you were trying to learn English, do you think you could do it through TikTok? I'm curious your opinions on that app.
I mean, depends on what side of there are so many sides of TikTok. I don't.
Yes.
I think it really depends because I mean, even looking back, I can pinpoint what exactly taught me English, but I just knew like I started knowing English, and like the only reasonable explanation is I watched so much TV and was on the internet so much that eventually I learned English.
It's like a gradual process. You weren't sitting down with a book in school and being like, all right, I'm going to learn English today. It was just kind of evolved throughout your living.
Yeah. I think it's like the same when like I mean I moved to another country, but they spoke my language, so I don't have that experience. But I hear a lot of people that move to like countries with different languages that they just started knowing the language just by being surrounded by it all the time, and then you just pick up what sounds right and what sounds wrong, and then you pick up what reactions people have to certain sounds, and then that way you gradually like learn the language.
Yeah, that's like culture shock. Like if you're dropped in somewhere that you kind of like have to learn how to speak the language to like get around or just like get food, like basic survival things. It's kind of sink or swim at that point. You got to learn how to speak the language, or at least close enough for people to understand it. Yeah,
but it's even like baby. That's how babies learn language. Like just hearing it all the time and then starting to imitate those sounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I was gonna ask when I asked you about how old you were when you learned how to speak English. I know that like very young kids learn languages like very quickly. Like if one of their parents can speak a different language, then that baby will pick up on that
Yeah.
language a lot quicker. So it really fascinates me when I hear people who are not babies learn a different language because that shit's really fucking wild.
Yeah, I think like the only way to like do it properly is like be surrounded by it.
Yeah.
because because I grew up in Belgium. I don't know if you know something about Belgium, but Belgium has two parts. Like the north they speak Dutch and the south they speak French.
Hmm.
I grew up in the northern part, but we had French in school, so I know a bit of French. But I think the only way I'll actually learn French is if I like move to Paris for like a year and just hear French every day.
That'd be an interesting experiment. Like if you just for like a year, just like you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do this experiment. Just go there and see how much French you learn after a year.
Yeah, I think you'd be amazed. I mean, especially because I know like the basic. I know how to form sentences, and I know like a bunch of words. So I really think like if I move to France now, I'll be almost fluent in like a year or two.
Shit, that's extremely impressive to me. My brain's not big enough to do that, but that's mad impressive.
Well, I'm pretty sure like because you in the States you get like taught Spanish in school.
Yeah, well in my school, it really depends on where, but you have the option between French and Spanish to take. And like when you
Yeah.
get to college, I think depending on your curriculum, you have to take a language. And I think they kind of broaden it up a little bit. I think like German and I think one of them's like Japanese, I think, but don't quote me on it. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think like if you had like a basic introduction to like Spanish and you'd move to like Argentina or Spain or something, you like it will take you like a year and you really know Spanish. I had a in my class in college I had a Norwegian girl and like she understands perfect Dutch.
Really?
She never took a class. She was just surrounded and at first we speak English to her, but she hears us speaking Dutch, and then she gradually like learned Dutch, and she speaks Dutch pretty well because Dutch is like a hard language, but she speaks it pretty well. But she understands like everything. I can talk Dutch to her, and she can answer in English, and we can have a perfect conversation that way.
That would melt my brain if I heard that talk. Like my brain would stop working if I heard that. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think just the concept of language just like fascinates me because I only know one. I think I don't know if that's like a
Yeah.
thing for people who only know one, but if I meet people who can speak a different language, I'm like, that's really fucking cool, actually.
Yeah, I can't really imagine how it'd be to like only know because if you only know one language, that's the only reference point. And I got my friends and my family who all speak Dutch, and then when I watch TV, it was in English. So and that's just I mean I write songs in English because writing in English feels more natural some way because I
Hmm.
all the music I heard was in English and like poetry and TV and all that stuff. I got so much in English words that English words make sense to me to express those feelings and emotions. Like,
Really? That's so deep and philosophical. This is like the most philosophical episode of this podcast like ever. Like we're talking about like the etymology of language and like the way words have meaning. Like that's fucking crazy.
yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna make a left turn so we can make it a little stupider. We can't have this be too wholesome. Give me some
No,
cool. Give me some cool swear words in other languages.
you like Dutch swear words?
Yeah. Give me Dutch swear words.
Oh man, there's a there's a bunch of them.
Give me like three cool Dutch swear
But
words.
like, but what do you want? Do you want like an equivalent to like fuck or like what
Yeah.
context?
Yeah. Sure. Fuck it.
If you if because like uh well the verb to fuck in Dutch is neuken.
Nuggin.
Neuken.
Nuggin.
That,
Okay.
that's fucking. But it's not like it's not a swear word. It's just like a vulgar way of like saying it.
Okay.
But shit, I don't Can you give like a sentence to translate? That probably be
Okay.
easy. Give me an insult and I'll translate it for you.
Okay. You're a piece of shit.
He's in a klootzak.
Oh, that sounded fucking metal. Holy shit, say it again.
That was. I even did it like a Antwerp dialect, so it's yeah. No,
Okay.
a lot of Dutchies might not understand that either.
Oh shit.
Klootzak means like asshole or something.
Klodsack?
Klootzak. It means it. I mean, the little translation of that is like your ball sack. So like yeah,
that's
when
awesome.
you're really mad, you call somebody a ball sack.
It would. That's awesome. You call someone ball sack in Dutch. Oh, that's great. Is that like? Because I know that English has like the top swear word is the word fuck. What is like the top swear word in Belgium?
I think it would be like a kut, which means vagina, but like as well as in Belgium as in the Netherlands, like the word kut is used like a lot, like in the same way that fuck is used.
Kut.
Yeah.
Huh.
If you want to say like 2020 was a shit year, you'll say 2020 was een kutjaar.
Oh. Wow, shit. Man, I'm learning so much today. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go to Belgium, I know how to insult people.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have the knowledge to call them a ball sack.
Yeah. That's all the knowledge I need right there, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of knowledge, I'm curious about, we went a little bit existential about language and stuff, but you're saying a lot of music. You're a big music man. What are your, because we're rounding down the year. It's we got like a little less than a month and a half. What are your projected albums of the year?
Oh, wait, there was a bunch of music that came out this year. I like the Weekend record.
Oh yeah, After Hours. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was great. Damn, wait, what? I gotta like refresh my memory. What was released this year? I'm gonna pull up my iTunes library real
Give
quick.
it a look, see.
What did we have? I love the Phoebe Bridgers record.
Oh yeah, what's that one called?
The Punisher.
Oh yeah, Punisher.
That was really good. I love the Jimmy Stack album. I thought that's it's like a producer that worked with like a lot of artists, but he has an album with like features of Bon Iver and Bare Faces on it. And
wait, Han, who is this? Jim
E. Stack. It's like Jim
E. Stack.
But like apparently the song with Bareface has like a guitar riff, and apparently he ripped it from Claro.
Holy shit! I have never heard of this person ever. I am extremely intrigued now. I'm listening. I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm done with this interview. Holy shit!
Yeah, I didn't know him either, but he had like this single with Bon Iver, which was pretty cool. And when I looked at him, he worked with like a bunch of people. He worked with Charlie XCX and Haim and like that's I think that's my favorite album of the year, the Haim record. That was
yeah.
I listened to that so many times.
What's it called? Oh, Women in Music, Part 3.
Yeah. And another one, I have a Dutch record that I want to shout out. It's a Dutch rapper called ADF Samsky.
ADF Samsky?
ADF Samsky. He had an album called Fresh Prince van Noord.
Oh shit! I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, Fresh Prince of Noord, and it's a good trap album.
Shit. All right, I'll give it a listen. Fuck that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Dutch rap. So yeah, I think that sums it up. Like the Weekend album was cool. The Haim album was amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of music that came out this year. It's. I try to like keep up with all the music, but there's so much music coming out all the time.
Okay, so as of now, what is your projected? Because it's not official yet, because it's not over. But what's the to-be album of the year? As of now, what do you think is the album of the year?
I think it's the Haim one.
Haim? Okay.
Yeah.
That's respectable. Yeah. It's just respectable.
It's one of the few albums that I played front to back a bunch of times.
A bunch?
This year. Yeah.
That's when you know it's a good record, man.
Yeah, and I kept having like new favorite songs. Like when I like the single came out, like The Steps was like my favorite song in the world, and then wait, I'm trying to find the album. Where is it? Oh yeah, I got it. Like The Steps was like my favorite song in the world when it came out, and then when the entire album, like I had a period that was listening Gasoline on repeat for a while, 3 a.m. on repeat for a while, and like I kept finding new favorite songs. And yeah, it's rare when an album has that. So I really
sick.
love that album.
Okay, that's the favorite album, but I'm curious. So, do you have a favorite song that's not off of the Haim album? Like, is your favorite song category different from your favorite album category?
No, usually it's a different. I mean, I don't know. It's well, a lot of the times it is a song from the album, but
What is the song of 2020 for Mr. Earl
Oh.
Elliot?
I know. Damn. It might be Dear April by Frank Ocean.
Ooh,
Because
really?
I mean, I'm a huge Frank Ocean fan. Like the influence, you probably
Yeah, I can hear the
influence in my
Frank.
music.
Yeah, I can hear the
Yeah.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah, I got that comment a lot, and like it makes sense. Like that it. I mean, it wasn't. Well, I didn't mean to sound like Frank Ocean, but like obviously when you listen,
It just happened to. Yeah.
yeah. And it's like, I mean, it is like you listen to the albums and you try like figure out how he does certain things or how what makes certain things sound so sick.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting like new Frank music this year. So when those two singles came out, it was like a nice surprise.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And like at first, I didn't really because like they sounded cool, but I wasn't really blown away by them.
Away, yeah.
Yeah, but the more I started listening to them, and like especially Dear April, it's such a good song. It's like if this would have been on an album, it would have been like a classic song, I think.
Everyone thought that like 2019 when he released DHL and In My Room, we were all thinking we were getting a new album.
Yeah,
We all got
yeah, I
duped.
remember that. It was it was a fun period, like with all the nightclub, like all the teaser tracks from like his.
I
club.
think Dear April and the other ones.
Yeah, they had
Sonata, was it?
remixes.
Yeah.
Cayendo.
Oh yeah, Cayendo. Because
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he had like a DJ set where he played like both of those songs, and people were like, "Oh shit, what's this?" And then he released them officially.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you ever think when do you think Frank Ocean's gonna drop, bro?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like I thought he was gonna drop this year, but then like
2020?
but then like when his brother passed away.
Yeah, I
not too
remember
long
that.
ago, I was like, yeah, we're not getting anything for like at least a year. This is yeah. If there was an album almost ready, it's gonna be like
Delayed. Yeah.
Totally.
Because 2016 was when Blonde was released, and that's like, what was that, like, when 2021 happens, this could be 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's half a decade without new Frank Ocean album. Do you think people could wait that long for a new Frank Ocean?
I mean, well, I think so, because the first long wait was like 4 years between
Channel Orange and Blonde.
And like his following wasn't like most of like his diehard fans are with him since Blonde. Because like I mean I love Channel Orange, it's a great album, but like Blonde is the album that really put Frank like in my all-time favorite list.
That's like the album. I'm pretty sure it was either Pitchfork or Rolling Stones had it as like number 1 or 2 like best album of the decade.
Yeah, for sure.
It's quite legendary.
I have like another album I want to shout, like the Lil Uzi album.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was way too long, and it took me a while to like get rid of some of the filler. But like the album that I have now with like it's like a shorter version, there is some great songs in it.
I listened to the first half because I remember it was like March something.
Yeah.
When it was released, I was like, "Oh shit!" I listened to it on a plane because that was like the one time I've ever traveled, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, this isn't bad." And then I think like a day or two later, like because we were going to the place, and then when I was getting on the plane to come back, he dropped the second half. I'm like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "This is fucking crazy." I listened to the second half. I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I was never a huge Lil Uzi fan, but it was not bad. It was okay.
I mean, I delayed listening to it for like 2 weeks because it was so many songs. It was like
it was a lot. I think I was total 32 songs.
Yeah, so I really didn't want to like have to like listen to all of them and like listen, because you have to listen like a few times to really know. Okay,
To
I
get the
like
feel
these.
for a song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get
Especially
that.
when there are that many. Like you know, you're not gonna like all of them equally. So
Hmm.
I have like this when I listen to an album, I have like this process. Like I listen the first time, and then I decide if I like the album enough to keep it in its entirety, or like if I'm think, okay, no, I don't like all of them. I wanna sift it down to like like a few songs.
It's low key
Um,
exactly what I do. It's exactly what
yeah,
I do.
and then I try to get rid of like the immediate filler. Like if I don't feel a song, like just get rid of it.
Hmm.
And then, but like that, I did that process with the Uzi album, and like when I got down to like 12 songs or something, I was like, oh man, dude, these are such good songs. Like so many good melodies or like funny bars.
Yeah. Did you listen to Pluto and Baby Pluto?
Not yet. I have the same thing. Like I don't. I look like I don't want to have to go through the entire album
No, they just released a deluxe version of it.
already. Damn,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Like this
I
had to
don't
have been like an hour or two ago that they dropped this.
I don't understand why everybody keeps making deluxe versions.
I don't know. The deluxe version
It's so
trend was
it's
like
unnecessary.
it was interesting when it was like if it's
But who started it?
songs I don't have no idea, but like if it's songs that like contextualize with the album where it's like it's a continuative narrative where it's kind of like a bonus
Yeah.
credit scene almost, but because the original for Pluto and Baby Pluto was 16 and then they just went to fucking 24, so that's like an extra like I don't know, my math's not good. Yeah, it's 8 tracks. That's an extra 8 tracks. Like
Yeah.
what more of a story are you going to convey in 8 more tracks that was not good enough in the 16? You feel me? Like,
But I like when like bonus albums just or like deluxe albums just add like 3 bonus tracks.
like a good example was After Hours by The Weeknd. That was a great
Yeah.
example of a bonus.
Yeah, it's like just getting a like a little treat after your meal.
Hmm.
Like just like an unexpected dessert. So I like it if like a deluxe album has that, or it has like an extra recording or of a song that's already on the album, like a live
Like,
version or whatever.
yeah, like a live or like a acoustic version or something like that.
But like now everybody starts to give like just a full new album.
That's what
I'm
Nav did. Like his like oh fuck, I forgot what the album's called, but like the deluxe version was just another album. Same with Lil
Wait,
Uzi.
the Good Intentions one? Or?
Yeah.
I actually kind of like the album. I used to like really think like Nav is like really corny, and then I gave this the album a shot because like a lot of cool rappers were tweeting about it, and like Young Thug was featured and a bunch of other ones.
There's a lot of features on this.
Yeah, so I gave it a listen. I actually didn't hate it, and the more I started listening to it, I kind of liked like a lot of the songs. It's the only album of like Nav that, because I checked out he has a new album already.
Yeah, Emergency Tsunami.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep any of those songs.
But
I like the Good Intention one. There were a lot of cool songs in there.
I'll be honest, I didn't really give Nav like a good shot, I guess. So if I want to give Nav like a pure shot, I'll try out Good Intentions. Maybe not the entire deluxe thing, but maybe the first half.
I don't even think I listened to the deluxe version. I think I only have the regular version.
Okay. Well, I mean, one more Nav fan. That's exactly what he needs. He needs more people that enjoy Nav.
Yeah, more people to recognize his OVO jacket when he walks him out.
Yeah, dude, fucking OVO,
place.
dude. Dude, Nav is so fucking cool. But speaking of fucking cool, we have an ad read. Let's take it away, Jake. Thank you, Jake. We'll get right back to the podcast, but it's very important that I tell you about today's sponsor of the episode. Me, I'm my own sponsor. And I'm here to tell you my new album, Super Jail, comes out March 6th. Now, you might be thinking, Jake, I don't want to wait that long to listen to some amazing experimental, hard-hitting, yet emotionally harmonic electronic bangers you're going to drop. Well, don't you worry, you little impatient asshole. If you really got a passion for crashing, my new single off Super Jail, The Ooze, is out now on all major platforms. Give it a listen before it's gone. Remember, Super Jail by Jake Joseph is available everywhere for limited time only on March 6th. Links will be in the description. And The Ooze is out now under number 13 Records. You can get more information, my entire discography, and official merch from my website, jakejosephmusic.com. Okay, back to the podcast. What'd you think of that ad read, Earl?
Wait, would you do that?
Yeah, it's gonna be put in after.
Okay, wait. Let me read.
Okay. Earl, what'd you think of the ad read?
Oh, it's amazing. I'm gonna buy this product.
Let's fucking. Nice. I like that transition. But speaking of transitions, now that I have somewhat of an Instagram following, I like to use it to my benefit. So I ask themed questions for each podcast that I want people to ask me, so me and my guests could talk about. And this one, I asked about food. I said, give us 2 foods, and me and my guests are going to debate which one is more delicious. Because I don't know, I was feeling hungry when I put that. So I want to see how good your taste, your palate is, and we're going to go through some of these.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Kendrick NG wants to know, French fries or potato wedges?
Well, I have beef with the term French fries because
we starting off hot today. All right, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
I have very strong feelings about it. No, French fries. I mean, fries. They're Belgian.
Oh, they took your shit.
They did. When you go to France and you order fries, you don't get good fries. But fries is like a national dish in Belgium.
Where did the term, why did they get the name French fries?
You tell me. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I think Americans did it, but I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, because even French people don't try to take credit for it because they know they're not. It's not their. I mean, yeah. But fries is a real. It's a Belgian thing.
Okay.
The national dish.
Belgian fries.
Yeah, Belgian fries, and obviously those are better than wedges.
Ooh, all right. That very impactful answer. I like it.
Yeah, but Belgian fries are like a little thicker than the McDonald's French fries that you get. They're like
Yeah, you can't be comparing natural cut French fries to fucking McDonald's. I think anything's gonna beat that out.
Yeah, but the shape is just different. It's like thicker. It's like. Yeah, it's like finger-sized rectangles.
Oh shit! Like a French toast stick.
Almost, yeah. That's the shape, yeah. And we eat them with mayonnaise traditionally.
Okay, some people would yell at you for that, but me, I like mayonnaise, so I could kind of see it. Maybe a little bit of mayo and ketchup mixed in, but I could get down with that.
Well, I'm a usually a ketchup kind of guy myself, but traditionally in Belgium, you order fries with mayonnaise.
Interesting. So essentially, fries over there is just thick cut potatoes with some mayonnaise.
Yeah.
All right. So French fries for the win, or Belgian fries for the win.
Belgian fries for sure.
I'll go along with that. All right. Countdown to Jackson wants to know Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish.
I haven't had both of those foods.
Oh really? Do you have American? All right. What's your extent of American candy?
Well, I don't know what you guys have that we don't have, because we have a bunch of stuff that I think I'm assuming they have in the States, but
yeah, that's probably true.
But I don't. But Sour Patch is just like sour candies.
Yeah, it's pretty much sour. Because one is sour candy, and the other one is just the candy without sour, essentially.
Okay, now we have sour candies, and we have just non-sour candies. I don't know. I don't eat that much candy myself, and I'm with a lot of food dilemmas. I like both, so I like sour candies, and I like the regular candies, but I don't eat that much candy.
Okay, touche. I'll put my foot down in this one. It's Sour Patch Kids for the win. That's what I'm saying. All right, Kendrick. He already wrote one. This is a good one anyway. All right, fried chicken versus fish and chips.
I'll go with fried chicken. Yeah.
I think I agree with fried chicken. Do you guys have KFC over there?
We don't in Belgium, but we do in the Netherlands.
Have you eaten KFC?
Yeah, I have, but
KFC fucks. I love it.
I don't like it. I don't think KFC is that good.
Ooh. Are you a homemade fried chicken kind of guy?
Oh, that's way too much effort. No, no, but I like to get fried chicken. We have a few Korean restaurants in Antwerp and in Amsterdam as well, and they have really good fried chicken.
Oh, I believe that.
So yeah, because I had it last night. I had Korean fried chicken last night. That was great.
Oh, damn, that sounds good. All right,
It is. Yeah.
good one, Kendrick. Next, Fuck, this guy already asked something. Whatever. Countdown to Jackson wants to know apples or pears.
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
I know.
Well, I think like apples is more like a everyday kind of fruit, and a pear is something you have like every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I think I'll go with apples. I don't think I could eat a pear every day, and I do think I could eat apple every day.
Jury's out for me on this one because I'm allergic to apples, and I really don't eat pears that much. So when I do eat apples, like on the rare occasion, like it's not like any like I'm gonna die type shit if I eat an apple. It's just kind of like my lips get like a little puffy, my throat gets a bit scratchy, but they're pretty good. So I'll take apples for the win.
But is it also when only when they're raw? Or like, can you have like applesauce?
Well, to be honest, I've never really drinking applesauce too much. Apple juice doesn't really give me like the same feeling, but I don't really count that because that's kind of like processed, like super heavy with like sugar and a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, like you could cook down apples with a bit of water and some sugar, and then you get some sort of applesauce.
Yeah, like applesauce or like apple pie. I can do like I think it's raw apples that really fuck me up, but apples for the win. Let's see. Let's go for some broad ones. When a mean toe confusion, I don't know how to say her name. You guys do got to get better names. Like, goddamn, I've been saying this for a while. Pasta versus pizza.
Oh, pasta for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like pizza. Like everybody loves pizza, but I'm really into pasta.
It kind of depends on the pasta dish, you know.
Yeah, but pasta, you have so much more versatility. You can make pasta with like with tomato sauce, or you can do it with like cream, or there's so many options.
But you can do the same thing with a pizza, man. You could put anything on a pizza. You could put like a human foot, some guinea pigs, and a pound of cocaine, and it's still a pizza.
Yeah, but the vibe is still very much pizza. It's like because like you can, I don't know. I cook quite a lot because I gotten really into like cooking videos on YouTube lately and on TikTok now.
Mm-hmm.
So I cook often, and like my default thing to make will be like some form of pasta.
Yeah.
And I think I could eat pasta every day. I think there are enough options of that are different enough to like eat a different pasta every day, and I couldn't do the same with pizza.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know why I'm arguing with you because I agree. I think pasta for the win on that one. All right, I'm gonna stop answering return questions. Okay, Parker wants to know meatballs or cake balls.
What are cake balls?
You guys don't have cake balls?
No, I don't think so.
So essentially, what a cake ball is Starbucks popularized this, where you pretty much like essentially you bake a cake and then you get like milk or like melted frosting or something, pour it over the cake, scrunch it up, and then roll them into balls, and then you dip them in like white chocolate or like melted dark chocolate or whatever, and it's like a lollipop, but it's cake essentially.
But how are those two in the same category? Because like,
I don't know. I think that's
like
the difficult part.
It's meat versus cake.
Yeah, it's the difficult part. Do you want meat or do you want cake?
Well, I'll go for meatballs.
I think I'm gonna go with cake balls on this one. Probably like some fat, but I'm a little thirsty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
interesting.
I haven't had cake balls, but I like cake, but I will always choose like real and like non-dessert foods
over.
If I have to.
Okay, touche. Okay. Some people don't know how to play. Alaskan Ice Queen 01 wants to know. This is what he wrote. He said, "I'm going to be an asshole and ask something. Any foods that you would like to try?"
Oh, that's a good one. I have to think about that. Foods I haven't tried already that I want to try. I mean, I guess there are like a lot of like American things that I am curious how they taste. Like I've never had In-N-Out, and it's like a meme almost that it's supposed to be good. So I'm curious.
I haven't had In-N-Out either, actually.
Yeah, and like the chicken sandwich from like, was it Popeyes or Chick-fil-A? Yeah, Popeye.
Popeye's chicken
Like
sandwich.
I'm curious to that as well. But I mean, I think I could like imagine kind of what the vibe would be.
Probably. I mean,
So,
and I haven't even tried those two things that you just mentioned. So shit, I got to step my game up. But good question, Alaskan Ice Queen. Okay, this question doesn't make any fucking sense because it's the same thing. Someone asked noodles or pasta, which is the same thing if I'm not mistaken.
well,
Yeah.
well, I'm because when I hear noodles, I associate with like Asian cuisine, like noodles with like ramen or like rice noodles. Because because like yeah, I understand that, like pasta noodles are noodles as well, but
Okay. Oh, here on the topic, someone legit, completely independent of him, updated it. Spaghetti or ramen.
yeah,
That's much better.
yeah. I mean, I really like ramen, so this is a tough one, but um, yeah, a really well made spaghetti. I don't think I'll be able to give up that.
I think I'm gonna go with ramen on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends.
Yeah, it's like depends on the
Really
mood.
depends. Well, I
Right
mean,
now, I'm saying
it
ramen.
depends on like the quality because like a top
Yeah,
quality
true.
ramen is amazing and yeah, I don't know, too difficult.
Okay, touche. Skittles. This is by Darren Eckert. Skittles or Starbursts. Have you tried either of those?
I've tried Skittles. We have those here.
What do you
I
think of
had
Skittles?
uh nah.
Skittles
They're
are my
fine.
favorite candy ever. Fucking love
They're
Skittles.
they're fine, I guess. Like when we first got Skittles here, it's like I was like already like 14 or something when they first introduced Skittles, and then it was like very like a new thing, and I knew what Skittles were because I saw it like on TV and stuff.
Huh.
So it was like at first really exciting, like oh Skittles, it's this new thing, but I don't eat Skittles that much. I don't know, they're fine, but yeah, but I don't know what was the other ones? Starburst. I don't.
Starbursts.
I haven't had that yet.
Starbursts are like little individually wrapped, like it's like taffy essentially, like not like the like saltwater taffy, but like not saltwater. It's pretty good. I like both of them, but I'm saying Skittles because Skittles are my favorite candy ever.
Okay, yeah, then I'll follow you and I'll go with Skittles.
There we fucking go. All right. Killa Koopa 17 wants to know chicken fried rice or Mexican rice.
um, Wait, chicken fried rice. Is it like the same as like shrimp fried rice, but then with chicken?
Yeah, with chicken.
Okay. And what's Mexican rice?
Mexican rice is like, it's kind of like how when people make tacos, the seasoning that they make for tacos, they just kind of put
Yeah.
that seasoning on top of the rice essentially.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'll go with that.
All right. I think I'll go with Mexican rice too. And this section is going to be dubbed people who don't know how to play. Gabe 24/7 just wrote greasy burgers.
Yeah, that's good.
Sizzlin' Sean just wrote shit versus piss. Japan Man wrote poop versus pee.
Wait, are they asking what's
I think
what
they're
you-
goofing.
Okay, it's not like what do you like doing the most or like
No,
or,
that
like,
was not the
peeing more
question
than-
I asked.
Okay, yeah.
I think they're just asking. And the other one, beef steak or pussy. That's probably my favorite one. But thank
Beefsteak.
you.
Just-
Yeah,
okay.
that's just steak. It's kind of like an
Yeah, just steak.
oxymoron. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for not knowing how to play, everyone. I appreciate it. All right. Quarter Brounder wants to know ice cream or frozen yogurt.
Ooh. Well, I'm not a huge fan of like cold desserts.
Really?
But I think, I mean, that depends as well, because like you have a lot of different sorts of ice cream.
We do. We got a lot of shit over
You
here.
got like the grocery store like ice cream sandwiches kind of type of deal. But you also like Italian like gelato. And that's
Yeah,
pretty
gelato's pretty wild.
good. If gelato counts, I'll go with gelato.
All right, sure. Fuck it. Gelato counts. I like gelato too, actually. So we're gonna go with that. All right. Jack Path wants to know mac and cheese or chicken tenders.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I don't. I like both, I guess, but I don't have really strong feelings about those two.
Now, in America, these two items are like god tier for a lot of people. Like mac and cheese is god tier for some people. Is that the same way over where you are?
Well, I think the mac and cheese that I ate growing up is like very different to what mac and cheese represents in the States, because I've seen a lot of like cooking videos where they make like Thanksgiving mac and cheese, and that looks nothing like how I had mac and cheese as a kid. So I don't think I've tried the mac and cheese that is god tier to so many people.
I mean, that's for some people. Like Kraft mac and cheese, like the shit they get in the box, is not god tier to me.
No, because I don't. Yeah, I think I had Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's not really too great, but we're rounding down. I think this one will be our last one. Mason, Delaware wants to know ribs or sushi.
Ooh, sushi, hands down.
I'm saying ribs, man. Ribs are like really fucking. If you get like a nice like homemade like smoked rack of ribs, bruh, that's just scrumdiddlyumptious.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of ribs. I like ribs, and you can have like sushi that's pretty mediocre, but if
you get a good sushi,
yeah, when sushi is like done right, like really good, there are not a lot of things that could beat it, I think.
All right, wholesome. I like this national talking of foods. This was sick. So, speaking of scrumdiddlyumptious stuff, Earl, thank you for coming. But before I let you off the hook, I've been told that you have a little something special for the boys and girls at home. Yeah, so maybe possibly a new song.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about a song or like?
Yeah, talk about the new song, man.
Yeah, I have because this airs December 2nd, right?
Yes.
All right. So December 4th, ladies and gents. The December 4th, I'm releasing a new single, and it's called "Training for a Marathon."
Ooh, big premiere! This is the first premiere on the podcast. Holy shit! I'm so excited.
Yeah. You get to listen to it 2 days in advance, which is
so listen to the fucking podcast. So after I do my little outro, you will hear the first ever world premiere of the new song "Training for a Marathon" by Earl Elliot. But before that happens, Earl, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like I listened to the podcast, you sent it to me, and like I listened to the episode with Volksgeist, which is sick.
Yeah.
It's sick that you had Volksgeist, and like I watched a ton of his videos.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like Volksgeist.
Yeah, it was a good episode. So really,
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool that I get to be on the same podcast.
Same podcast that Volksgeist was on, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm working to get some big names too.
Fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Before I let you off the hook, state your name, state anything like links, promotions, shout outs. The floor is yours.
Well, I go by Earl Elliot, and you can find me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Twitter. I guess you can follow me on TikTok as well. I don't make a lot of TikToks, but you can.
Okay.
So yeah, check out my stuff. There's a new song coming December 4th. I don't know. I might be forgetting something, but I think that's it for now.
All right, guys, you heard him. Earl, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem, man. So thank you, the listener, for listening to the Big Fish Podcast. I appreciate it. Earl probably appreciates it. So
I do.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go away, because after I do my little YouTuber outro, world premiere of Training for a Marathon is going to play. So thank you for watching Big Fish Podcast almost every Wednesday. I try my best to do it every Wednesday, but school is wild, so we'll see. So thank you. I appreciate it. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all major platforms. You know what it is. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So as long as you stick around to listen to the world premiere of the song, then you're good to go. So thank you. I appreciate it. Have a pleasant day. Earl, take it away.
You don't always feel the same way about it. I still put up my best face. Does temptation ever go away? moves won't keep me from trying. Am I training for a marathon? I know I'm not able to run. I know there's no resolution. Things don't end when you break the tape. 3 strikes, got the whole team mad. Can't reach any fans that first base. Well, I'm running anyway, and another bar of stamina. I don't see you anymore. It don't feel new anymore. But we got the memories. I find new things to make an exception. I fear you wake up differently. Running might not even be the answer. I might not like being Damocles. You don't always feel the same way